Yo, what is good, YouTube? It is your boy Make America Lit, back with another NBA 2K23 video. And in today's video, we are going to be ranking all of the shooting badges in NBA 2K23, at least in my opinion, where I rank them. Before we get into the ranking, though, I'm going to ask you guys to just go ahead and drop a like on the video. You know, we are on the road to 1,500. And the ratings definitely help the video, get into the algorithms and stuff like that, so more people can see it, and more people can come to the channel, see the channel, and we can all grow. So yeah, I appreciate if you guys could go ahead and drop a like on the video. But let's jump into these rankings now. Starting off, I'm just gonna be jumping around. I'm not gonna be doing these badges in any particular order. First things first, we're gonna be starting off with guard up. Let's start off with guard up because this is a controversial badge. Let's start off with something controversial, bro. Now, a lot of people get this badge misconstrued. They think that it's supposed to be like Deadeye, and it's not Deadeye. They think it's supposed to be like Blinders, and it's not Blinders. It's its own thing. I honestly throw guard up in the C tier category. But this is the thing about guard up. You shouldn't be running this badge, unless you have at least 30 shooting badges. This isn't like a high tier badge or a badge that you should be prioritizing really high and stuff like that. This is like if you got 30 plus badges, you can get all the badges you need and stuff like that, and then you would go after this on like a bronze. Like nothing crazy, but a bronze would be a nice level for a badge like this. You know what I'm saying? Moving on. Let's go with corner specialist. This is going to be an easy one. I'm putting this in D tier category, but this is really a C tier category badge. And the reason why I say this is a C tier category badge or whatever is because if you didn't watch my badge breakdown video on corner specialist, which if you didn't, you should go watch that YouTube video. It's on the channel. You know what I'm saying? Just type in my name, corner specialist, badge breakdown. It should pop up. Very good video. Go ahead, check that out. Drop a like on it. You know what I'm saying? A little shameless promotion. But if you watch that video, you would know that 2K Labs did do a test on corner specialists and stuff like that, and the test basically showed that there's really no difference between any of the levels of corner specialists. But the thing is, I feel like they didn't test the badge on lower levels, so we don't know. Maybe this badge is better if you're shooting with the 65-3 or a 73 versus a 75 or 80. We didn't see them tested on different jump shots, like jump shots with F shot timing, or jump shots with A plus shot timing. You know what I'm saying? If that maybe have impacted that, since they say that the shot timing aspect of your jump shot creator is sniper or whatever like that, the worse the grade, the more of a penalty you get for mistiming your shot versus having an A plus shot timing, meaning that you can afford to not release the ball properly sometimes and still get a hit and stuff like that. That's what they try to say is what shot timing is on the jump shot and stuff like that. Nobody truly knows, but I'm just saying it's a possibility that a A plus might benefit more from corner specialist, versus you're using a jumper with the F shot timing. You know what I'm saying? But there's just so many different variables that we don't really know about corner specialists that I feel like it could still be a C tier badge. You know what I'm saying? Where you just throw it on bronze and forget about it. You know what I mean? Based on what ratings you have. If you're a 70 rating player, then you might get some beneficial boost from this badge, because we didn't see them use this badge or test this badge with a 73 or 65-3. If you have a super low rated player, you might benefit and get a crazy boost on bronze, but we don't know because nobody tested it on those levels. So we don't really have you know what I mean? We just really don't know how good this badge might actually be just for lower rated players. So that's why I have it in the C tier. Really it's supposed to be D tier based on the results we got, but I put it in C tier just because we don't truly know. Next badge we're gonna go with is, I'm gonna go with Green Machine. And Green Machine to me is an S tier badge, and I'm putting it in the S tier just because in a game where it's green or nothing, you're not making anything unless it's green. You might hit a white. I've probably see a white going maybe on a good day, I'll see 3 whites go in a game of rec, in one game of rec. Maybe two. Being even 3 is being generous. Maybe 2 white shots will go in on a day-to-day basis or a game-to-game basis in a rec. That's 4 quarters, 5 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Two whites. Really, it's more like 1 a game, but you might get lucky and see somebody make a second one and stuff like that, depending on what build you have on the floor and stuff, and their jump shot and stuff like that too. But Green Machine, in a game where it's like, yo, you gotta green that shit or you're not making it, bro. Green Machine is super valuable. You know what I'm saying? It's vital to being a good shooter because you gotta consistently be able to green. And if you're consistently getting greens, then you should be running Green Machine, something that's gonna help you continue to consistently green and give a boost towards greening. You know what I'm saying? So Green Machine definitely an S tier for me. Another C tier badge is I'm going with Claymore, bro. And here's why, bro. Claymore is only in it, and the reason why I put it in C tier is because the badge is situational, okay? And I'm going to explain what I mean by that. Claymore could be deadly if you're running a 5-out offense, and that's to me situational, because if you're running with randoms like how I do, you're not going to always get a group of randoms that have the builds to run 5-out. You're not going to get a group of randoms that even know what a 5-out offense even is. So it's just as super valuable in a 5-out, because that one guy is going to be creating offense for everybody. So eventually you're going to get hit and you're going to get that tremendous boost from Claymore, right? In the Pro-Am setting, where people are likely running 5-out, once again, you're going to benefit from that because you're not going to be moving, doing too much moving. It's mostly going to be the PG and maybe the center doing most of the moving while everybody else just spots up. So, you know, it's just naturally smart to make sure you have Claymore on in that type of setting. But on a game-to-game basis, like me just hopping in the rec and grinding rec out with randoms, Claymore isn't going to do much for me, because me standing still usually doesn't result in me getting scores or getting points or anything like that. Unless it's like a bailout 3-second pass with 3 seconds left on the clock and they throw me the ball like I'm supposed to just chuck some bullshit up or whatever like that, then I might get it in that instance. But otherwise, probably not going to be getting the ball just standing still like that. So I'm going to be moving around. I'm going to be doing backdoor cuts. I'm going to be setting off ball screens for shooters and stuff like that. Doing, you know, not just running around like a chicken with his head cut off, but you know, intentional movement. You know what I'm saying? That's what people like to call it, intentional movement. It's movement with an actual purpose. You're not just running around like a fucking chicken just doing whatever. No, I'm intentionally making movements, setting off ball screens, cutting backdoor, calling out my cuts and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? To open shit up or whatever. So that's why Claymore really isn't going to be useful to me. That's why I have it as a C tier badge. I very rarely put on Claymore, and if I do, I never put it on past silver. You know, that's just me. Just because I usually don't stand in one place like that, you know, just because I'm just not going to get the ball like that, you know. And if you're just standing still, 9 times out of 10, your man is just standing right next to you, waiting for them to pass it to you so you can steal the ball with interceptors. So, again, Claymore just doesn't have much value to you as a player unless you're playing in that type of offense, or you're playing in like that competitive setting where you're not going to really be doing much movement and stuff unless you're one of those 2 players that I named, obviously PG or you know, center. Moving on, next badge, we're looking at Midi Magician, and I have Midi Magician in the B tier category, and that's only because mid ranges are just extremely easy. Like, I shoot like probably about 80% from the mid range, and I only have like a 70 mid-range on most of my builds and like a 76 on like one of my builds. But, you know, I very rarely put my mid-range up because it costs so much damn VC that I usually cap it at like a 70 or 75, and I've never really advanced it higher than that. But I'm pretty sure I would probably shoot like probably like 90% if I put my mid-range maxed out to like an 87 or 86 or whatever it maxes out at, or 81 usually. But you know, I feel like I would probably be shooting like 90% from the mid-range if that's the case, because I'm shooting like a 75-80 clip, you know, with a 70 mid-range on like 2 of my builds and like a 76 on another. And it's like, if I can shoot like that at a 70, then with an 87, an 85, 86, 81, I'm going to be greening, you know, consistently knocking down my shots. You know what I'm saying? Just not missing anything, you know. So that's why I have it in the B tier category. I don't feel like you even need this badge, and most of the time I'm not running it, you know. It only really burns you when you're trying to shoot like those pull-ups, the fades, the fades, the leaners, the spin shots are easy to time. But like I swear, bro, the pull-ups where you like get dragged inside for a 2 instead of a 3, and it pulls you and you pull up, like those are probably like the worst shots for me that I miss the most. But like, you know, the fades, the leaners to the left or right, you know, the spin shots and stuff like that, the hop shots, I have no problem with that. The step backs, but that dribble pull up, that little when you get pulled with the pass, man, I be bricking them shits, bro. I ain't even gonna lie to you like that, bro. And if I probably had bronze or silver midi magician, I probably would hit those. But that's the only thing that I really think this badge really would benefit from, those type of dribble pull up type shots or whatever. But yeah, I have midi magician in the B tier category. Limitless range, that's another S tier badge. Like we already know how good limitless range is, bro. Like I showed you guys like the power of a 99.3. You know, where you see I'm shooting that clip. I'll post a clip down below, but that clip I'm pulling from all the way by the half court line, bro. Just pulling green. You know what I'm saying? With Hall of Fame limitless range. So, you know, this badge is just OP, bro. Like the shit that the shots that I've made, I'm gonna be doing a review on this badge and like having a 99.3. But yo, like the clips that I'm gonna be showing y'all guys with this badge, that y'all not gonna believe it, bro. Like you're not gonna believe that I'm consistently shooting from half court like that, bro. Just splashing that hole, just whap, 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 green, 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 just splashing that shit, bro. Like it really is ridiculous, bro. How good this badge is, especially if you could get this badge Hall of Fame, man. This badge is easily S tier for me. Slippery off ball, like people gonna try to crucify me for this, but slippery off ball is actually B tier, and I actually put it above Claymore in the sense that, like I said before, you're not gonna get much out of just standing still when playing with randoms or playing in rec. You're gonna need to make those cuts, those moves, you know what I'm saying, setting off balls, rolling off the off ball, you know what I'm saying, wrapping around and stuff like that, your PG and stuff. And a lot of people have made 6'8", 6'9" builds, and it's going to be even harder for them to keep up with you if you're running like slippery off ball. Even if you're just running on bronze, it's just going to make you that more elusive and being able to evade the defense and stuff like that. And if they have off ball pests, it's going to be even harder for them to grab you and stuff like that, because you're going to be able to loot them with slippery off ball, making you just that much, you know, more elusive and stuff and getting open, bro. And you can even break people's ankles. I've never broken anybody's ankles with this badge, but I've definitely like dexed the shit out of them where they went like flying into the paint and I had like a wide open corner shot, you know what I'm saying, a corner 3, because of this badge. So this badge can be very useful, and it's not just for shooting. You could also use this badge for cutting backdoor, cutting into the paint and stuff like that, and you know, get open looks for dunks and alley-oops and stuff like that off cuts and stuff. So don't just think that you got to use this to try to get jump shots. You can use this badge to get dunks and layups too. So that's why I have it at B tier category. It's definitely better than Claymore in my opinion, and the fact that it's the opposite of Claymore, and it's definitely better in my opinion. Next badge I have is Volume Shooter. And Volume Shooter, another B tier category for me. Volume Shooter was really good last year. You know, I value Volume Shooter way more last year because whites actually went in 22. So you didn't really need the boost of greening in 2K22. You kind of just needed the boost for the next shot. So that's why I always recommended Volume Shooter over Green Machine. Volume Shooter was giving you a boost whether you made it or missed it, just taking the shots, whereas Green Machine required you to make the shots. But now in this game, you have to green to make the shots. So Volume Shooter, where it could have been an A or an S tier badge last year, is going to drop all the way down to a B tier badge this year, and probably even C tier, to be honest, because again, you're not going to really be making whites like that in this game. So even if you are shooting whites, you know, that Volume Shooter ain't going to really help you that much. So that's why I used to run like Hall of Fame Volume Shooter, and then I really thought about it, and I was just like, yeah, it's giving me a bigger boost when I take my next shot, so I never go cold. But you know, which is how I used Hall of Fame Volume Shooter. I used it kind of like a microwave kind of badge. Like in older 2Ks, they had the microwave badge, which was to get hot quicker, you know what I'm saying? Or like a antifreeze kind of badge, which made it harder for you to get cold. That's how I kind of use Volume Shooter. It's like Well, I just started off 0 for 3, but guess what? I'm about to make my next 5 shots because I got a boost from volume shooter. You know what I'm saying? And I've never really had a bad shooting game as long as I was running volume shooter. And I noticed that too. So, you know, like I said, I put it in B tier category, but it should be C tier because, you know, Green Machine is just that much better than it. But if you're just talking about just in general as a badge, I will put it in B tier because, like I said, I've never really had a bad game when I was running this badge, you know. So there we go. Our next badge, we're going to do catch and shoot, and catch and shoot is definitely an A tier badge in my opinion. It's definitely like a staple badge, a badge that you've always had in NBA 2K. You know, if you want to shoot, you know, that's like a shooter's badge. You know, it doesn't get more shooter than catch and shoot, literally. You know what I'm saying? And it's always been a very good badge. The last couple years, you know, silver's been like the sweet spot for it. So you don't even really need a lot of points to get like a very good version of it. So that's what just makes it even better. It's a cheaper badge too. So like, you know, I really love catch and shoot. It's a badge that I always have on my builds. No matter what type of build it is, whether it's a ball handling build or, you know, slashing build, a two-way build, you know, whatever, I'm going to have some form of catch and shoot on that build always, you know, just because that's just how good of a badge catch and shoot is. Moving on to our next badge, Deadeye. And I have Deadeye in the A tier as well, too. It's good, you know, but, you know, this next badge is just that much better, and it just has more advantages to pop than Deadeye, which is like a front full-on contest, and that's going to be Blinders, and Blinders is obviously an S-tier badge. I'll move this all the way over because Blinders is hands down the best badge in the game far as shooting goes, and, you know, you just can't go wrong with Blinders. So Blinders right there, easily S-tier, no discussion, no debate. It is the best shooting badge in the game, full stop. If I had to take one of these badges on this list, and I can only take one, I would be taking Blinders first and foremost. You know what I'm saying? And then the badge that I would probably take after that would be Agent 3, which is also another S-tier badge. Now, I'm going to put Agent 3 in front of Limitless Range. And if I was ranking these badges, this is also probably the order that I would rank these in. Actually, I would probably put Agent 3 over Green Machine. But this is probably the order that I would rank these in. But yeah, moving on. Oh, wait, I didn't even talk about Agent 3. Agent 3 is basically Circus 3's and Stop and Pop from last year. It's going to help you with doing fades, spin shots, you know, dribble pull-ups and stuff like that, step back jumpers from 3. But it's also going to help you with just off the dribble standstill 3. So let's say you do a dribble move, then you flick back and do a hop step, you know, a step back. I said a hop step. So you flick back on the stick or whatever like that, and you do like a little LeBron step back or whatever like that. Agent 3 is going to pop up when you shoot that 3 too. So like I said, it's not just Circus 3s, but it's also Circus 3s and Stop and Pop kind of infused into one badge, making this a really, really strong badge. Moving on to our next, that's why that badge is S tier, just so you know, by the way. Moving on to our next badge, Comeback Kid, and Comeback Kid is also a C tier badge for me. And I know that people say it's a really good boost and stuff like that, but you have to be down 7 points. Now, if you are a solo player, this badge becomes like a B tier badge in my opinion. If you only play solo, this is a B tier badge for you. If you only play in the squad, 9 times out of 10, you're probably not going to ever really be down 7 points for you to even use this badge. This badge is really more so suited for park, but it obviously works in rec as well too, as long as you're down 7 points. But it's very situational. You know, if you play with a squad, you might always be ahead up 20 points every time you play a game of 2K. So it then becomes, you know, just useless. It's like the hot start badge. If you miss the first shot, then you're just throwing away 3-4 badge points that you aren't even going to get back because you put Hall of Fame hot start on, but you missed the first shot. So same thing with Comeback Kid. If you're just blowing people out, you're not even ever going to even get to use that badge to get that boost because you'll never be down 7 points. So that's why, to me, it's a C-tier badge, because this is just extremely situational. Now, if you're going into rec or park by yourself for the theater, solo dolo, this badge is a B-tier badge, and you should probably be taking it on at least bronze, in my opinion. But that's only if you play solo dolo. If you don't play solo dolo, this is S-tier. So, solo dolo, S-tier. Play with a team, no. Play with a team, C-tier. play solo dolo, B tier. There you go. I don't know why the hell I said S tier, but for me, I'm putting this in C tier. Now, Amped is going to be going also into C tier. You know, I know some people that might have put it in D tier, but Amped, again, is very situational. I feel like any badge that's going to help reduce like stamina or fatigue penalties and stuff like that. Like you get a penalty for shooting while blinking red. You get a penalty while shooting with no stamina at all or whatever. You know, or low stamina, your jump shot gets a penalty and stuff like that if you got the Gatorade symbol. So Amped is going to help you reduce some of that penalty. And the higher you have Amped, the more you reduce that penalty for being tired or fatigued and stuff like that. So it is going to be a decent badge. But again, I've seen the Gatorade symbol one time, and it was on a brand new center build that I was grinding out, and I had like a 70 stamina, because you start at a 70. I had a 70 stamina, didn't touch my stamina at all, and it was one game of career where I was like trying to get chase down blocks or some shit like that for like a quest line. And I was just trying to get blocks and stuff, and I was like letting people run past me so I could try to chase it down, and it wasn't working, and like I was wasting stamina and jumping and spamming triangle and stuff like that. And that was the only time I've seen a Gatorade symbol on my player. I played this season well over 200 and something games. I'm not really sure the count, but I know I played well over 210 games of rec this season, and I know I probably played around like 150, maybe 160 rec games season 1, because I spent most of season 1 grinding my players out. But I've never seen the Gatorade symbol at all, you know, outside that one My Career game. You know, so I've played a shit ton of rec. All I play is rec and Pro-Am. So trust me when I tell you, I did not see this. This is very situational, you know, this badge. This is a badge that I would take with me into Pro-Am, but for rec and park and stuff like that, I wouldn't even put this badge on. So again, C tier for me. For some people, it might even be D tier, but I'm putting it in C tier. Next badge is going to be Clutch Shooter. And Clutch Shooter is also another one of those badges that I feel is a B tier badge. Like, I know, you know, you get a very tremendous boost for Clutch Shooter, and it's more better, I would say, if you're playing, you know, a boost that you get more in rec, because you have all of the fourth quarter and overtime to use this for boost and stuff like that. But, you know, you won't really get to use this badge or whatever like that in park as much, because the game would pretty much be over by the time you start activating the boost or whatever. I think it's when somebody has like 15 or 16 points that this badge takes into effect or whatever. So the game is basically over. That's like 3 more buckets and the game is over. So, you know, there's really no point in even running this in park. But for rec, you still got a full 5 minutes, plus if you go into overtime, a whole another 3 minutes or whatever. So I feel like this is a better badge for rec. So that's why I have it in B tier. If I was playing a park and I was only a park player, this would be a C tier badge. You know what I'm saying? But if you play rec, definitely a B tier badge. And then finally, our last badge, which is Space Creator. And I have this in the A tier category. And the main reason why I have this in the A tier category is because this is the only badge that I've seen people break ankles with. I haven't seen anybody break any ankles with Playmaking Takeover. And I've never seen anybody break ankles with Hall of Fame Ankle Breaker. And I've ran Hall of Fame Ankle Breaker and I haven't broken anybody's ankles. I haven't stunned anybody, nothing. Like, Hall of Fame Ankle Breaker might as well just be broken. You know, but when you put on Space Creator and then you put on Shot Creator and Takeover, I've seen people touch the floor with this badge. So this badge is basically the only dribbling like badge that we have that can break people, and it's a really good badge for doing, like, you know, those step backs and stuff like that. It's really good for grinding badges too, bro, because you slap this on with Agent 3 and you can just do LeBron step back and just pull. You know what I'm saying? So it's good for cheesing the AI. It's good for breaking people. You know, it's good for grinding badges. It's just an overall really good badge. You know what I'm saying? So this right here is my ranking for all of the shooting badges in NBA 2K23. We got Blinders, Agent 3, Green Machine, Limitless Takeoff at S tier. We have Catch and Shoot, Deadeye, and Space Creator for A tier. We have Midi Magician, Slippery Off-Ball, Volume Shooter, and Clutch Shooter for B tier. And then finally for C tier, we have Guard Up, Corner Specialist, Claymore, Comeback Kid, and Amped. It's been your boy Make America Lit. Please be sure to drop a like, comment, and subscribe for more NBA 2K23 content and more ranking videos just like this. I'm out, guys. Peace.